I've been volunteering and I've been having so much fun. I really enjoy it. I love animals, as you know, so it's perfect for me. What is our fiercest ongoing debate?
Dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want a dog. So I brought the paperwork up to the front and I said, I want to adopt this dog. Oh. That made us really short.
You started out short.
What? Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Nick, as you know. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
So, we have decided that we are going to grow our family. It has been a big fight, long conversations, but I got them down.
Yeah, she got me when I was sick and in my most low.
Most vulnerable state, yes. And we got a dog. We got a dog. And we're gonna show you. Well, her Melon, she looks like she's taking a nap. Melon, you wanna say hi to everybody? Oh, she's deep asleep. Oh, those eyes are rolling back.
She's gonna start running in here a second.
Okay, well, she's currently napping. She was literally just awake, but no, those eyes are rolled back. She's asleep. I will tell my whole story that I have told a lot of times, but it's a really good story, so I'm going to tell it to you. So, picture it. I started my shift volunteering at the animal shelter, as I do a lot. And I currently had 2 favorites. Well, 3. Zeus, Jasmine, and Barbara Jean. I do love Barbara Jean. They are my favorite doggies. So every time I go, I like to let them out specifically. I literally can't remember who I let out. But anyway, I let a dog out. Who let the dog? It was me.
That's crazy.
Anyway, so I let a dog out. We were playing for 10-15 minutes. Put him back in his cage and turned around. And who did I see? A little Dalmatian.
Little Faith.
I can smell your feet. He just took his shoes off and...
How it feels.
Woo!
Nah.
My feet always smell worse, but that smells like a stink. So I turned around and I saw this little Dalmatian, and she was in with this big, I think he was like an Alaskan what are those called? Samoyed or whatever. Big Malamute, right? Alaskan Malamute. Anyway, she was in with this big fluffy dog, very, very friendly. So I was like, oh. I mean, of course I said hello to the Malamute too, but then I was like, but who are you? And she was very timid, very shy, she didn't even say anything to me. She was just like really, really shy. And I looked at her papers. She just got there. Like literally, I turned around and she just got there. So I went in. I said hello to the crazy Malamute that was, hello. I said hello. And then I got down on this little Dalmatian's level and I said, hi, do you want to get out of here? Let's go play. She let me leash her up, which for a lot of dogs is a very reactive kind of thing because you use a slip lead. So you're like lassoing the dog like basically. Right, so for a lot of dogs coming at them like that, no. So she was really scared, but she let me do it, no aggression or anything. And we got out of the kennel. The other dog was happily over there. I threw some treats at him and he went flying over to the treats. So I took this little Dalmatian out to one of our run areas, and I kept the slip lead on her, but I dropped the leash because I don't know this dog. It is their first day at the shelter. I don't know how they're going to react. I don't know if they're going to make me run around and try to get them back on the leash. You never know. First time with this dog, left her on the slip lead, just, you know, tied it to where it was on her, and she didn't really walk around. She didn't really do anything. She wouldn't take treats, but you could still tell that she was, I don't know, there was something about her that I was just like, this is a special dog. And we hung out for probably 10-15 minutes in there, and then I said, let's go for a walk. That didn't even wake her up. So I picked up the leash. Oh, you woke up. Hello. I picked up the leash and she let me start to walk her. She's fantastic on a leash. So I was like, oh, that's great. She's great to walk. She sniffs around, but she hasn't done anything, you know, pooping or peeing or anything. But she's starting to come around a little bit. And we probably walked for like 20 minutes and we were doing really well. We were, you know, vibing. And then this volunteer that I work with a lot at the shelter said, oh, that's fantastic that you're walking her, because there are those people in this specific area that are looking, they want to look at her. And I said, Vonnie, this is my dog. I love her. And she said, they're over there, so go show them the dog. Thank you. Because how many dogs have I loved and said that they're my dogs?
Probably 30.
Probably 30. So she's very used to me falling in love with animals. And it's like, you know, like a little chihuahua. You talk a lot of talk, but you don't do much. Yeah. So she was like, bye.
The girl who cries dog.
Yeah. So me and this little Dalmatian go into the area, and you know, I was very nice to them and everything. It was two older ladies, and they said, wow, she's very pretty. She's a good size. She's quite small. But this dog would not leave my side. She could not care any less about these people. Like, literally did not care about them. They were getting down on her level. They were, come here, you know, holding out their hands. She was not interested in them. She would stay by my side. So there were, what are those called? Benches. My brain has not worked since I brought this dog home. Anyway, there were benches in there, and I sat down on the bench next to one of the other ladies, so that way, you know, hopefully this dog will come around. She laid under the bench directly under me, and I was like, you know, she just came in. Literally, this is her first day. She just came in. We don't know anything about her. She might be acting shy and quiet right now. She might be crazy. We don't know. She's not used to this environment. Everything is scaring her. She really needs some time to adjust. And they were like, man, you know, she's really pretty, but you're right. I don't want to, you know, have more of a dog than I can handle. And one of the workers there was like, my uncle has a Dalmatian, and that dog is nuts. Like, it doesn't sit still. So most likely this whole like calm behavior that she is giving right now is all a front. And then you get her home and she goes nuts. So something to consider, you know? So they were like, yeah, you know, I'm old. I can't take care of something that's, you know, too much for me. We were like, totally understand. There's this 8-year-old dog that's a total couch potato, absolute lover. How about you adopt that one? And they said, I think we will. And I said, that's a fantastic choice. And I led that little Dalmatian out and I said, we got him. That other dog needed a home, of course. We are very, very happy for them. But me and that Dalmatian, we made like a little secret handshake and everything. We were like, we got him. So.
Paid actor.
Paid actor, honestly. So I put her back in her kennel, and I then brought out Barbara Jean, my girl, and it was nearing 5 o'clock. It was 4:44 exactly, actually. And all day I have been sending Nick Snapchats about this dog.
Probably 20 videos.
At that point, 20. And I said, I'm going to let that dog out again, and I'm going to see how she's acting now, because there's something about her. Like, there's something about this dog. I'm going to go get her. So, I went in there to her kennel again. Of course, this giant dog next to her is just, hey guys! Goofiest big thing there. So of course I had to give him little pets and kisses and everything. And then I looked over at the little Dalmatian and she starts wagging her tail. And she gave me kisses on my hand and I was like, is your personality coming out? Is this the same dog? So I said, let's come out again. And she was even easier the second time to get on the lead. She was like, yes, let's go. So I brought her back into the run that she was in before. But this time she stood by my side and like looked at me. And she still wouldn't take treats, but she was more interested in them, sniffing them and everything. And then she put her arms on me like this and looked into my eyes and kissed my face. And I was like, this is my dog. This is my dog. So the last dog that I had was Bailey. If you've been around that long, Bailey was my soul dog. He was my best friend, my little brother. He was my everything. And he passed away in 2020 or 2021, I can't remember. But I haven't had a dog since. And I've been aching for a dog. Like literally, I feel it in all of my bones that I need a dog. So it has been a long battle getting here. But I sent Nick 20 more Snapchats and I said, this is the one. And he said, oh God. And I said, if we don't get her, someone else is going to adopt her immediately because she's perfect in every way and I want this dog. So he said, I guess, just find out what the adoption and information is. Good Lord, shut up. And so I put the doggie back in her kennel and I said, Vonnie, you won't believe this. He said yes. And we both went, oh my God. And we both freaked out and we were so excited. Vonnie recently adopted one of the dogs from the shelter too. So she was so excited for me. And she's known this whole time that all I wanted was my own dog. And she heard me complain and complain and complain. And I fall in love with all these dogs. And so I brought the paperwork up to the front and I said, I want to adopt this dog. And they said, well, she's not spayed. So it would be a foster to adopt situation. And I said, so does that mean she's coming home tonight? Because I figured because she wasn't spayed, I would sign the paperwork, she would get spayed, and then I'd pick her up like in a couple days or something. And they were like, yeah, you're going home with her now. And I was like, excuse me, I wasn't prepared for this. What? But the great, fantastic, amazing thing about it is because she is a foster to adopt, they gave me everything for her. She has a kennel, she has blankies, toys, a leash, everything she needs. And that is incredible. So We haven't gotten any phone call to schedule her spay yet. But they said that when that happens, I bring her in the morning, she gets spayed, and I get her in the evening. So super easy. I thought she'd have to be there like overnight or something, and then she'd be freaking out because she'd be away from me for so long. So that is not the case. I'm very happy about that. So whenever that happens, I guess I'll sign the actual adoption paperwork and say that yes, this is my dog. And hopefully they don't ask for the cage back because she loves it. So the little Dalmatian, her name was originally Faith, which I love that name. And I really felt like 2025 was gonna be my year. Like, it was gonna be everything and more, and I was really looking forward to it. So I had a lot of faith in the new year. So I feel like she came at the perfect time. She gave me so much hope.
Faith.
So I thought it was a perfect name for her. But Nick has a patient that's named Faith. And not only that, but his boss is named Christine, and our cat is named Christine. And he's like, I don't need all this being at home with all these people that I work with. So her name is Melon, like a little watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
She's our little melon ball. She's such a goof, so silly, so incredibly loving, such a good girl, so smart. I have only heard bad things about Dalmatians. I've heard they're destructive. I've heard they're stupid. I've heard they're stubborn. They don't care. They want to do whatever they want, and that's all they want to do. I don't know if she painted these dots on herself, but like, she is not a very good Dalmatian because she's perfect in every way. She's fairly calm. Like, she's a total couch potato. She's sitting here on our couch next to us. She's a total couch potato, but she does have her zoomy moments where she goes and runs around in this crazy town. Mm-hmm. But that's usually in the morning when she just gets out of her crate. And then sometimes during the day, like little spurts. Otherwise, she's just hanging out on the couch. She is so eager to please. She wants you to be proud of her. She loves praise. She loves to be told that she's a good girl and that she's doing something right. She's just absolutely incredible. I am so, so happy that she is our first dog together and his first dog. I mean, she is such a good dog. You've never had a dog, so you don't know not only how nuts they can be, but also how bad they can be. We have a really, really good dog. She pooped in the house, I think, twice, and that was on the first full day. And then she never went inside again. And I think she pooped twice and she peed once. So I'm biased because I think she's perfect. But the only times that she did go inside was one, I was in the bathroom here and she was home alone with me. And I was like, I don't trust you. So I'm leaving the door open. So I was using the bathroom. She came in and peed on the carpet in the bathroom, like on the rug in the bathroom. And I was like, we don't pee inside, but also she understood that that's what I was doing. She was like, oh, I guess this is where I go too, because this is what you're doing and that's what I do. And also when she pooped, she's like running in her sleep. When she pooped by our sliding door screen enclosure so she could see outside, but she wasn't out there. So she pooped where she could see outside and she peed where I was peeing. So like, She wasn't hiding in some dark room away from everybody pooping on the floor because she knew she wasn't supposed to do it. She was doing it in spots that she thought was right. I think she's really freaking smart. So ever since then, no accidents in the house. And the sad thing is she acts like she's been abused, especially when she does something like that. I think, like, especially, I think it was mostly a bathroom thing with her and the previous owners because, you know, I was like, I would point at it. I wouldn't, like, you know how some people like shove their dog's face in the poop? Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I would look at her and I'd point and I said, no, we don't do this in the house. We don't do this. That's bad. And she would like cower and she would be like, she would honestly act like she would be like, hit me. I know it's going to happen. And that just, it broke my heart more than her pooping on the floor. You know, like her reaction to that was so sad. So I cleaned it up. I used the little spray and cleaned everything up. And I took her outside and, you know, let her, there's other dogs in the neighborhood, so she smelled the pee and the poop outside. And every time she pees and poops, she acts like she doesn't want to be praised for it. She honestly acts a little weird about it. So I think that's where their main thing was with the previous owners, was probably bathroom use. But I mean, after day 2, she hasn't done anything in the house. She's so easy. The only bad thing she has done in the house is eat cat food and my baked potato. But with the cat food, if we caught her before she did it and we said no, she would walk away from it. We were eating on the couch and she just hangs out on the couch next to us. No begging. She won't put her face in our food or anything. Very, very just chill over there playing with her toys. She didn't care. But like then I walked up and left the room and I came back and my baked potato was on the floor. So yeah, when she is, you know, when people are around her, she's very, very good, but she's a little sneaky little girl. So we know now not to leave food on the coffee table where she can easily reach it. Honestly, I should have known better, but I mean, everything else about her was absolutely perfect. So I was like, nah, she's fine. And she ate my baked potato, but that's okay. What else? Today, we gave her a bath. And she did so well. She was a little scared, but she did very, very well. She is so soft now and smells so good. Oh my God. I just want to like just cover myself in her. She's just so perfect. We're having a little trouble with separation anxiety. She follows me around everywhere, and if I leave the room and she doesn't see me but she can hear me, she barks and howls and whines. But that's the only time she does that. She's crate trained, so at night, except for last night, otherwise every night she gets in her crate and goes to bed and sleeps through the night. And when I leave in the morning, she gets back in her crate. It kind of barks, but I just think it's like a separation thing. She's very good in her crate. You want to come say hi? Oh my goodness. Big flop. Wow. What a sleepy princess. Yeah, I left her alone a couple times. Put her in her kennel with toys and treats and her bed and everything. And she was fantastic. She was whining when she could hear that you were still in the house. But once you left the house, you couldn't hear anything. So really, really proud of her. I really thought, like, the second night we had her, we went to our friend's house for several hours. She was home for like 5 hours by herself, and I was like, I just know I'm going to come home and she's going to be covered in her own poop. I just know it, and I'm accepting that, and just gonna give her a bath and it'll be okay. I came home, no poop in sight. She was so happy. She went outside and she went poop and she went pee, and I was so proud of her. Oh my God. So, basically she's perfect. She doesn't know any commands, so we're gonna teach her sit and lay down and play dead or something. That'd be fun. She really is good at training, but when she's done, she throws a little hissy fit. Gotta be honest. She loves to be good and to make you proud, but when she's done, like, she needs some space and she needs some time. But she's only a year old, so she's still a puppy. I mean, you can't expect a puppy to learn everything in one day, and I don't expect her to learn everything in one day. We have a lot of patience and a lot of love for her, and she is exceeding every single expectation. I mean, even though she was only in the shelter for a day, she had a past, and any dog with a past, you can't expect perfection immediately. You're not going to get it, and then everybody's just going to be upset. So you have to understand that they need time, and I am so proud of her because she fit in immediately, and she is fantastic. So I am absolutely in love with her. What are your thoughts about little Melon?
She good?
Do you want to add anything else to that?
No, you covered a lot of it. Besides showing people who Melon is.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you her. But we went to the dog park today. There were 2 dogs there, 3 dogs throughout the whole time we were there, and she was not interested in anyone. She saw dogs and she kind of started to walk the other way a little bit. One dog went up to her. She didn't like that very much. She got overwhelmed very, very quickly and tried to hide from the dog. But the dog kept going after her because it was a friendly dog. And the only thing she did was go like she didn't growl, she didn't bark, she didn't lunge, she didn't do anything else. She just kind of showed her teeth a little bit. And then, they separated. They didn't do anything. They just walked away from each other and everybody was okay. But she gets overwhelmed very quickly. She met the neighbor's kid the other day and she was fine with him. But today, the neighbor saw her again and she was happy to see him, but his friend or whoever was there too with a giant ball, and she's like terrified of like basketballs, soccer balls, any ball. But this gigantic ball was like coming right at her. She was like, absolutely not. So she started like running away from them because like there's this huge ball, and they're like, what's wrong? And I was like, she's scared of the ball. And they were like, oh no, it's okay, your ball, it's just a ball. And I'm like, no, you need to get that ball away from her, like, no. So they finally like kicked the ball away, and then she was a little bit okay after that because it was out of her sight. But then both of the boys started coming at her and petting her and playing with, and it's like, this is a lot right now. Like, she's very overwhelmed, like this too much. So luckily nothing happened, nobody got hurt, but like an overwhelmed dog with children is a bad match. But again, she's such a good dog that like I'm very, very proud of her for how she acted in that situation. So we're proud of her. She's a very, very good girl. Mm-hmm. So, Melon. Come here, little Melon. Come here. Come here and get some...
Nope.
Come here and get some love.
I already got that.
Yeah, she said, I got enough of that. You give me love all day. You give me love all the time. Right, little Melon?
Let's see if we can do this.
There's little Melon. There's my princess. I am obsessed with this dog. She is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, honest, like, she's obviously gorgeous. Yeah, we think I showed my mom pictures of her, and I agree. She looks like she's part greyhound. Like, just the way her body is shaped. She's a little chunkier now that we brought her home.
Bad.
And her snout. Melon! Yes. Yes! Her snout is really long, like a little greyhound. So it would make sense that she was a greyhound mix. But I think she is a mix of perfect and adorable.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This is her favorite toy. It's a little bear. We got that from the shelter, but she also has a little star that squeaks that I got from Shein for like 50 cents. She loves that thing. She also has a couple other toys. I got a little snake that has 4 little squeakers from the Dollar Tree. She's obsessed with it. She loves everything. Everything is so special to her. And also, she doesn't touch anything that's not hers, which is fantastic. She doesn't chew up any shoes. She doesn't chew up any of my stuffed animals. She doesn't do anything that's not for her. Except last night she got into the bathroom trash can, which is fine, and she ripped up some toilet paper. That is the only thing she has ever done that is bad. And like, that's not a big deal. I just cleaned it up and gave her a toy, you know? So very, very proud of this little girl. She has done incredible. And what's crazy is we've had her for like 4 days. She has grown so much in these past 4 days. I am so, so proud of her. So, Merry Christmas, Melon. We love you with our whole hearts.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Whole hearts. Sleepy girl. See, she's such a couch potato, but sometimes she has the zoomies. And she is up and running. But she's had a long day. We've been to the dog park. We've been playing. She had a bath. So she's had a big, hard day for a little puppy. So anyway, we're very, very happy to have her. Yes. Feet and all. Yes. Perfect little doggy. So I am so happy and so exhausted. I'm so tired. Send help. I am so tired.
You asked for this.
I did.
You did this to yourself.
In this situation. But the first 2 or 3 nights, 2 nights really they were really hard. And going to work Saturday, I think I was a zombie. Like, I've never seen dark circles like that. And I was like staring at the wall and like drooling a little bit. And I was like
a zombie does.
I need sleep. Yeah, luckily at work, they've been cross-training me, but luckily at work that day, they weren't doing any training. So I was just doing my job like normal. And I'm so happy I wasn't cross-training that day because I honestly don't think I would have comprehended a single thing. So I'm very glad that there was plenty to do. That was my normal job because I know how to do that. That's totally cool. I could do that mindlessly, but like learning, I don't think I could have comprehended anything. So, but we're doing a lot better and we're happy. Adopt a shelter dog today. They're wonderful.
Use code Natalie.
Use code Natalie for a dog today. Yes. So.
Guaranteed 1 dog when you adopt a dog.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if you're wondering what good deed you should do, either donate money or donate toys or treats or food or whatever to your local shelter because the dogs need it, you know. A lot of times they really don't deserve to be in a shelter like that. They did nothing to be in that situation. So giving them some toys and stuff is really nice. And they deserve it. So we're going to go to bed. Merry Christmas. Mwah. Say mwah.
Mwah. Merry
Mwah.
Christmas.
Say mwah. She said good night. Good night, little Melon.
Oh.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. She is so stretched.
Anyway, goodbye.
Boy.
How I turn the thing.